Heritage Makers Youngevity Phase 2 transition call. Welcome to this call. We're so excited to have you, so excited for the future of Heritage Makers and to be able to move down the path of fuller integration. This call is going to introduce you to some incredible new tools and opportunities that you can add to your business starting today, and we'll be going through some training on how to use these incredible new tools. My name is Britt Cloward. I'm the Vice President of Marketing here at Youngevity. We're also going to have Susie Berg, who's Customer Service Manager at Heritage Makers, and then Patty Gardner, the Vice President of Sales at Youngevity, on the call with us as well. So let's jump right in. Well, first of all, it's finally here. If you've been with Heritage Makers or Youngevity for very long, you've probably been along with us waiting for a fuller transition and move closer together to happen. We've been working on that the last little while, and that's what we've affectionately called Phase 2 of this transition. Let me talk to you a little bit about what Phase 2 is to get an idea of what the purpose of what we've been working on is. Number one, step one with Phase 2 was to have a superb fall publishing season in Heritage Makers, which was also to minimize the site and order problems. And that may seem a little bit weird as to why that was a purpose in merging our systems together. One reason is during the fall we have so many people coming in and publishing. We need to make sure that our development resources were spent appropriately on that to make sure there was no major hiccups or problems, and at the same time use those development resources to set up new systems and tools and really start merging things together. The next purpose was to set up Heritage Makers consultants with their very own Youngevity account and provide access to all Youngevity products and tools. Next purpose was also to keep all Heritage Makers tools available for consultants to use to build their business. We'll talk about this in a minute, but we thought it was very important to not just transition over and then suddenly consultants didn't have the tools they were used to building their business. You can actually do it both ways, and we'll show you that. And then finally, to transition to the full Youngevity compensation plan. That's one piece that I think most consultants are pretty excited about. People who are excited about building a successful, exciting, rewarding business on the Youngevity compensation plan. Phase 2 is for that. And the last purpose of this phase was to keep the scope of this phase limited so that we could accomplish the above goals by the new year. There's all sorts of things.
I can barely hear.
Oh, we can hear someone there. I don't know who that is, but you may need to go on mute. I don't know if you've heard. There's a lot more things we can do with merging our systems together. The way this phase has really turned out, we've got Heritage Makers Studio still talking to the core systems, the Heritage Maker systems it has in the past, and then we're having to do some fancy things to get things working. We're wanting to merge those in what we call a final phase where everything's moved over, but I think as a consultant or as a distributor, you'll find that most of your tools and most of the resources that you need to successfully build a Youngevity business and to continue to build your Heritage Makers business together is now available. Let's jump into it. So first of all, Phase 1, Phase 2, the first goal was to have an incredible fall. Since we just finished 2013, particularly the fall selling season, I just have a quick 2 slides to show you about that for interest's sake. It was a happy holiday. We had some incredible publishing go through, very few orders that missed the deadline, very few mistakes that we found, very, very low. Overall, it was a really successful holiday. We shipped over 250,000 cards during the fall selling season, the last quarter of 2013. We also did over 8,000 storybooks that were sent. Over 5,000 canvas and home decor items were sent during the fall. And over 45,000 gifts. That includes calendars, cards, all sorts, or not cards, calendars, iPhone cases, bags, all sorts of things like that. We did a lot of gifts over the holidays. Together, that was over 300,000 lives touched through the fall through Heritage Makers, and that is just incredible. Many, many projects going through, and most, a huge majority, most all projects made it by the time that they were ordered for the holiday that they were ordered for. So it was a happy holiday, some great things happening there. But 2014 has come, and publishing has not ended with the holidays. There is more to come, more giving to come. January is one of the highest times, one of the times we publish the most calendars. So if you're looking to build your Heritage Makers business, calendars is the way to do it. Everyone's looking for a new calendar for this year, and doing a customized calendar, particularly with our new 2014 calendar grids, is a great way to do it. Also, 2013 family albums. January is the time where people are looking back and organizing their photos and looking back at what they really did in 2013. Albums are a huge seller, a huge publisher in January. If you start talking to people about calendars and albums this month, you'll find they'll be interested in joining Club HM and getting up and going. And then, of course, Valentine's. Some of you may feel that Valentine's is a little bit early to be talking about right now, but with publishing and needing a week to 2 weeks of time to publish and get it to you, January is the time to focus on Valentine's. And if you watch your newsletter, your VO Plus newsletter that will send out next week, there's a special article about this man. His name is Chris Reeves, and it's just a fun, sweet article about a project that he made all by himself. His wife didn't have any hand in it. He wrote it. He designed it. He used, I think, a template for it. He put it all – I don't even know if he used a template. He put it all together, and it's just a sweet story about him wanting to give a anniversary present. It was their 5th year anniversary, and he realized he hadn't done anything special for that 5th year, and he wanted to do something that was really, really meaningful. And a Heritage Makers project he thought would really do that, and it did. It's a great story. You want to read that article in the Connections newsletter, and then, of course, focus on Valentine's. These 3 things, and your Heritage Makers business will help it start off right. Okay. So check. We had a superb fall, and we're ready to move into 2014. Now let's get to the meat of the call. Setting up the accounts, these other purposes with Phase 2. Let's go through and tell you exactly how this all works. Number 1, you now have your very own Youngevity ID, and you also have access to Youngevity tools to expand and build your business. Congratulations. You weren't even charged for it. It just happened a couple days ago. So let's tell you how you can access these incredible items and tools, and then we'll walk through how you use them. So your account, you have been given a new Youngevity ID. It's about 9 digits long. Now, I know some of you wanted to keep your Heritage Makers ID, but that's not possible to do. You'll have a new Youngevity ID. We'll talk about how you can view that. You're also given a Youngevity username. Now, that username is important to be able to access or to find your distributor website and also access your business center. Now, what we've done is we've made it really simple to know what your new Youngevity username is. It's simply HM and your HM ID number. So if you want to go log in to your business center or any of the tools that way, you can use this as your username, HM and your ID number. If you're a consultant or an active customer, you can do that. You also have a Youngevity password, and we were able to port over your Heritage Makers password to Youngevity. So that is actually the same. You can go try that now and log in. There is now a distributor website you have access to with that information. You can access it at your my90forlife.com site. Now, my90forlife.com is the distributor replicated website. It's similar to your consultant website with Heritage Makers. The way you access it is you put your YGY username in front, which is HM and your ID number, put that in front, and then go to my90forlife.com. When you go there, that will access your distributor website. And in the top right-hand corner, it says log in. You can also log in from Youngevity.com, and we'll show you a screenshot of that a little bit later. But that's how you access your tools, and that is where you can go check out your website right now. Now you can change your username. I believe you can do that online once you log into your business tools. So if you don't want to keep that long-term, you don't have to, but that is the way you can go log in and access it. A pretty simple way to find it. There is also a way you can find your Youngevity ID if you're curious outside of going and logging in. That's through your virtual office. We've added this little link under the training session that says Youngevity ID Lookup. If you click on that, you will go to a page where you can look up your Youngevity ID. Just type in your Heritage Makers ID and password, and it will show you that information. So either way works there. So congratulations, you have your account. Let's dive in and see some of the things that are part of your new Youngevity account. Your 90 for Life distributor site. Here is the 90 for Life distributor site. All distributors and consultants receive it. It has links to be able to get more information, videos about the My 90 for Life or the 90 for Life story, the opportunity. It also has links up here to be able to go order and access any of the Youngevity products. You or your customers can go right there, access any of the Youngevity products. It's a great opportunity. They can also click to join as a preferred customer or as a Youngevity distributor right there. So that's your Lite version of the site. It's available to you. You'll also have a business center. The business center is similar to your virtual office with Heritage Makers. It's where you do a lot of your business, and we'll be walking through that. You can see on your screen here ordering and auto ships and genealogies and commissions and volume totals and all sorts of things there. We'll walk through a little bit of it today, but the best way to do it is just go in and explore. You're also given a 90 for Life Lite site. Now, you can see your distributor website on the left-hand side. Once you click log in here and you log in with your username and password, you can see on the right-hand side this incredible, it's almost like Facebook. It's a community where you can see what other Youngevity distributors are doing. You can set goals on here. You can see posts and updates as to what's going on. There's also access to additional tools in the store as well. Yeah. Are you not seeing the dancing? Yeah, it's not going. Let me try resetting it here. Tell me if you see it now.
Yes. We can see it.
Okay, fantastic. I don't know which slides we missed, but we'll just move forward. So here's your website on the left-hand side, and here is your Youngevity, it's called a My 90 for Life Lite site, and it's got additional tools in it as well. And then I'll go back in case you didn't see the business center here. This is what the business center looks like. We'll look at that in just a moment. This is where you do a lot of your ordering, your personal ordering, particularly your checks and volume. Okay. Let's move forward. So that's called My 90 for Life Lite, and you'll get familiar with it as you kind of click around. You'll also notice that they have a 90 for Life Pro version of the site. Now, the Pro version of the site, if you click on your My 90 for Life under the Marketing Center, you'll see a bunch of tools that are available down here if you have a Pro subscription. And this just shows you how that works. So all distributors receive the free plan. It includes the ability to do orders and sign-ups through your replicated website with them. It also helps you to see your genealogy and sales and access to the online Youngevity community that you just saw. A Pro site is $19.95 a month, and it gives you access to 24/7 tours, to a lead capture system, automated follow-up system, email campaigns, contact manager, a branded email. All that information is available to you for a Pro site. And the Pro site the first 30 days are free. So if you want to go try it out, just go sign up. 30 days it's free, and you can cancel, I believe, online anytime there before it renews if you choose to. And, of course, there's an annual site. So similar to VO and VO Pro for Heritage Makers. Now, the first question I'll get is, if I already have a VO Plus site and I've paid for that, can that transfer over to this site? No, it can't. They're actually completely different tools, and they don't transfer over. However, as you look going forward, you'll still probably want your VO Plus site for the newsletter and other information that you can do and e-cards that you can send through that. So we'll go over that in a moment. So that's the 90 for Life Pro site. You have that. And then you also have, this is exciting, they announced it on the New Year's call, 90 for Life mobile tools. I just downloaded this to my iPhone. You can go to the App Store, look up 90 for Life. You get the app for free. You log in with that username and password I told you about, and you can show videos on that. If you have someone you want to show a particular business building video, you can sign up customers, you can invite customers, you can set up your auto ship there. You can do all sorts of things with this mobile tool, and the tool works on both iPad and iPhone. So it's a fantastic tool that's available to you now with your Youngevity account. So those are the new tools you have, and I want to stress this. You also have access to all of your Heritage Makers tools. Nothing on the tool end has changed. You still have your consultant website with Heritage Makers. You still have your Studio My Business page with your membership activity report with Heritage Makers. You have your virtual office and your VO Plus. And you can function your business, you can work your business the exact same way you were working it last year with the tools. They all work. You can place orders. You can do all of that through your through your Heritage Makers website. So what's important for you to understand is how these two different accounts work and what you need to do with the two different accounts. Now, we do see one day that we will merge fully the virtual office and the tools and everything that we have there into the Youngevity account, into the Youngevity system, but it's not fully merged yet. So what you really have is two different accounts here, your Heritage Makers account and your Youngevity. On your Heritage Makers account, you can purchase Heritage Makers and Youngevity products just like you could last year. You can enter in party orders or workshop orders there as well and get the host rewards. You can view your HM training. That's all listed there in the virtual office there. You can access Heritage Makers sales materials there, as well as flyers and forms that we list in the virtual office. You can sign up HM consultants there with a virtual office. Now, I'll talk about that in a moment. Where you sign up a new consultant on Heritage Makers or Youngevity makes a difference in their business. So I'll talk about that in a moment. You can also sign up consultants with an HM CEO pack through your Heritage Makers account, your Heritage Makers tools. Your Youngevity tools and account, through that you can purchase any Youngevity product, and there's been products that you haven't been able to purchase through Heritage Makers that you can now purchase any of it through your Youngevity account. You can also now view your genealogy and volumes. You can view your commissions because we're transitioning to the full Youngevity compensation plan. So volumes, genealogy, commissions, all happens there. You can access Youngevity training tools, announcements, and events. Now, the first thing you may ask is, can I purchase Heritage Makers products through my Youngevity account? That was one of the pieces when we talked about scope. That's something we haven't been able to fully integrate yet. So it will come in the future, we're sure. But right now, if you're going to sell or purchase a Heritage Makers product, club or points or anything like that, you need to do it through your virtual office account, your Heritage Makers account. You can technically do it with a Youngevity account, but the Youngevity account will just log you into or send you to your studio page to log in and go set up a club through your website. So it's not probably what you're going to use if you're entering in parties and things like that, which brings me up to the next point. Parties. Can I enter my Heritage Makers parties in my Youngevity account? The Youngevity account does not have a party system, a host reward system as of yet. It's something we plan on adding and working on. So if you're doing a party for Heritage Makers or Youngevity product and you want the Heritage Makers host rewards, you need to enter it in your virtual office just like you have before, and you can get all those benefits. Both Youngevity products and Heritage Makers products can be entered in those parties in virtual office. So those are the two pieces there. I'm going to explain one more thing, and then I think we'll break for some questions because I think this is an important part. Let me explain how these two accounts work on the back end. Signing up, and it's really applicable in signing up accounts. Your Heritage Makers accounts, when someone makes a purchase on your website or publishes or signs up as a consultant on your Heritage Makers website, that sets it up here in Heritage Makers. And then what we've done is whenever someone makes a purchase, we set a daily account setup. It's a kind of manual process that once a day grabs these accounts and creates a Youngevity account, a kind of cloned account in Youngevity for them as well. Now, the reason we need them over here as well is we're going to take the orders that are placed here, and you've got a lot of volume. If you've got club renewing over here, we're going to take those orders and we're going to push the volume to their correct Youngevity account. What that allows you to do is when you are in your Youngevity account and you look at your genealogy and your volumes, you can see them all there, and you can see what you'll qualify for on your check. It also allows us then to pay you on those volumes and allows us to give you QV and BV and direct pay as well. And we're not going to be going over the specifics of the compensation plan. We did that on a previous call that's recorded. But just know that we're pushing the volume over once a day into your account so you can see it there. So some notes here. Number one, consultants who sign up via your, well, first of all, you have two ways to sign someone up. You can go to your Heritage Makers website and sign them up just like you always have in 2013 through the website there. Or you can go on your new Youngevity account and you can sign them up there. We'll show you how to do that. Signing them up on either place does something different for them. Let me explain that. Consultants who sign up via the Heritage Makers website receive all the Heritage Makers tools. They'll have a virtual office. They'll have all the tools that you have. And what happens once that's signed up today, within about 24 business hours, this process happens and it creates them their Youngevity consultant or distributor account. So there's a little bit of a delay in getting that account set up. About 24 business hours. And then it also pushes that volume over so it'll count towards your business. New customers who make a purchase on Heritage Makers or get set up on a party at Heritage Makers or any new customer account that happen over here, within 24 hours of their purchase, we set them up a Youngevity account. We actually send them an email that says, congratulations, it's a really great email that says you also have this free preferred customer account with Youngevity that's been set up. It'll save you 30% on Youngevity products. You can click here and go look around if you'd like to. It's a fantastic email. So they're going to get that within 24 hours, and the reason why they have an account here set up is so we can push that volume to that account so it shows up in your business so we can pay out for it. So anything that happens over here, there's about a 24-hour delay for them to get their account set up over here, and then both consultants and customers will get an email letting them know it's set up. Now, what happens if I set up a distributor or a customer on Youngevity? Well, you can see these arrows don't go back the other way. This is this imports every day to Youngevity, but it doesn't go back. So what that means is they don't get, if I sign up a Youngevity distributor over here, they don't automatically get a Heritage Makers account. They don't automatically get a Heritage Makers virtual office or any of that. In fact, it functions much like the rest of Youngevity functions with Heritage Makers. What happens is they need to go to a login page. It's called the YGY Youngevity Heritage Makers login page, and they log in with their username and password for their Youngevity ID, and then that creates them a Heritage Makers customer account. But it doesn't create them a full consultant account with full consultant tools. And you may wonder why that is. It comes down to that scope and trying to get this all ready for you to kick off the new year and also have a successful fall. So in the future, we'll remedy that and there'll be a merging. But for right now, that's how it's set up. So if you sign up a distributor or customer here, they have all the Youngevity tools just like any other Youngevity distributor has. If they want a free Heritage Makers customer account, or they just go to this login page. They log in with their Youngevity ID and password. They create an account. That'll create, and it'll kind of create their account on Heritage Makers and link them together. And then from then on, they can go to heritagemakers.com or your website, log in, and start publishing and get club or whatever it is they want to do. The way they can get to this login page is it's listed in both the store and the Resource Center. If you click on Heritage Makers and Resource Center, it says Get My Account. You click there, it has instructions. They just go log in. Same thing over here. So it really is, you need to think through when you're signing people up, if it's important for them to have a Heritage, if they're a Heritage Maker doing a Heritage Makers order, or they're planning on building their business, mostly with Heritage Makers, it would make sense to sign them up over here. If they're just going to do Youngevity and they're really not going to do much with Heritage Makers other than just have their own personal Heritage Makers account and publish, then you could sign them up over here and it probably wouldn't affect them very much. Patty, I don't know if you're checking questions there, but that's an awful lot of information, and it's a little bit confusing. Is there any questions that came up?
You just answered one of them. They were like, okay, which way is best? What do I do? Do we use it through Heritage Makers or do we do it through Youngevity? So I think that you covered that one. A couple questions, so now we're going to go back into information that you've already talked about. Will our clients, our current clients, now that they have Youngevity account numbers, will they be receiving an email so that they know that they have a Youngevity account number and how to access it?
Yes, that's a great idea. We haven't sent those out yet, but we will send them out. You can also see what their Youngevity account number is if you want to, beat to the punch. If you have someone who's contacting you and saying, hey, I really want to access it, just go to that Youngevity lookup and well, actually, you can look it up for them there. We're also going to add the Youngevity ID to the genealogy report in your virtual office. So you can go to your genealogy and it will show your Heritage Makers ID, but it'll also show the Youngevity ID, and I believe that'll release sometime next week, by the end of next week. So
and we'll cover that a little bit too on next couple segments.
Okay,
yeah,
great.
Where they can see that.
Yeah. Okay, then there was questions back on when you were talking about VO Plus and those two different systems. They're wondering, wait, I have a Heritage Maker one. Do I need to keep that one? Will that go away? What's the benefits of having the other one, or can they just merge them together?
Okay, great question. I'll see if I can hurry and bring up that slide again so you can kind of talk to it. So here it is. This is called the 90 for Life Pro site. It's $20 a month, and it gives you some great tools. You can read more about it, additional websites. These are all different versions of your website that people can go to. There's no way to merge those things at this point. They're completely different systems on completely different contracts. It's not mergeable at this point. So the question is, which one do I need? It depends on what you want it for. I would suggest you go to the My 90 for Life Pro site, go and look at the different things that it makes available. For example, you can get your own branded email. Well, you also have that through Heritage Makers, a Heritage Makers branded email. You'll have to decide whether that's something you want or not. Fortunately, it's a 30-day free trial. You just go sign up for it, and you can click around and kind of see if this is something you want to add to your business. A lot of Youngevity distributors use the 90 for Life Pro site, and so I wouldn't be surprised if it's something that you end up wanting to use. You can get it for less than 55 cents a day, essentially. Do you want to keep your VO Plus site? Well, that's, again, up to you. So there are reports in VO Plus, genealogy, downline reports, all that kind of thing that exists that you have access to right now. There's also an incredible e-card system that has a lot of branded e-cards for building your Heritage Makers business. There's also a workshop manager that's in there where you can invite hosts to manage and invite their workshop. And then, of course, the Connections newsletters there. So if you still want those things, I would suggest you keep your VO Plus subscription. If those things are no longer anything you need for your business, then you can end that subscription.
Perfect. I think you covered all of those. I checked off a whole bunch of them. Questions about clubs and auto ships. So our clubs are currently set up to run on the 5th and the 20th in Heritage Makers. Will that change? Can we change the date on that? Can I combine those with my regular, with a new auto ship in the Youngevity site so that it's all in one place and it authorizes on the same day?
Great question. All Heritage Makers orders exist here on Heritage Makers site. There isn't a way currently, we'll build one, but with this phase, there's not a way for us to be able to order those things here and have them show up in your studio account. And so because of that, all your clubs actually exist over here. We run them on the 5th and 20th just like we always have, and then we export the volume into your Youngevity site so you can see that volume. Because of that, I'll let Susie answer whether we're going to change the 5th and 20th. We've batched those days because it makes it easier for processing and following up on cards that don't charge. There's a lot of work that the customer service team does for you and your business in following up on those and trying to get those cards going through. And so batching has really helped out that way. Susie, is there any plan on changing that soon, or is that something that we're waiting till the next phase?
You know, I think it's something that we can probably work on and look at now. We'll probably need to figure out a system for submissions for dates to be changed because we don't have much of those tools in place just yet. But I think it would be ideal to bring our auto ship schedule in line with more of what the Youngevity auto ships look like. So I don't have any problems with moving it to daily.
Let's hold off on that, and we're going to hold off on that question so we can kind of talk through the process. At this point, Heritage Makers offers a benefit to the distributors that Youngevity doesn't offer, and that is that you know, once it declines, we send out the notice to them that it has declined, and then we send in a notice. You know, we try and recover that, and we send out the notice to you. That's not the way it works there. And again, as Britt mentioned, that's a batching process so that we can do that all at one time. We have 2 times a month that we do that, and then we have, you know, reps that try and help you recover those charges. So to spread that out on a daily basis, I'm not sure that we're able to do that. So
we're probably not
prepared.
For now. Yeah, we're probably not prepared for it today, but but it would definitely be something.
Yeah, the next phase is not too far away. So for now,
yeah.
let's leave it as is, and we'll go from there.
And then with adding Youngevity product to your club order, that has a potential to confuse the studio website when it sees additional items on your club order other than just club. So for right now, your club Autoship or club membership needs to stay on its own. However, if you've got a Youngevity Autoship in Heritage Makers, you can contact customer service and transfer that over to a Youngevity Autoship and then manage it through the Youngevity system. That would be just fine. If you want to consolidate any Youngevity Autoship items onto a Youngevity Autoship, I would look at doing that, because then you can also use that mobile app to manage your Youngevity Autoship. So that's a great idea, and you would need to contact customer service to be able to transfer that over.
Perfect. The other questions that have come in are mostly, I think, things that Susie will cover in her. So go ahead and go forward.
Okay, we've got just one or two more things here. Just from these last two slides, this is how I would look at it. Think of anything that I'm selling that's Heritage Makers, that's focused on Heritage Makers or Heritage Makers product, or a consultant who's going to be doing Heritage Makers. Do it through your Heritage Makers accounts. Anything that's Youngevity, start doing it through your Youngevity account. You'll learn the Youngevity system, and that's what eventually everything will fully transition into. But that's the rule of thumb. Okay, talked about the login page. The last thing, we'll turn the time over to Susie. Youngevity compensation, that was the last part of the purpose of this whole next phase. Well, Heritage Makers has now fully transitioned to the Youngevity compensation plan. I know a lot of you are excited for that and have been waiting around for that. We've gotten some of the best things of the Youngevity compensation plan, like differential bonuses and fast start bonuses and quick start, but we're transitioning the whole thing over for January. So we are paying December bonuses off of the Heritage Makers compensation plan. They'll all be paid out by the 10th of this month. Once paid, we're going to figure out what your Youngevity coded rank will be, and we'll update that in the system. We've talked about on previous calls the importance of coding and how that works. Then Youngevity will start paying their commissions and bonuses. This is how it works. They pay fast start, or we pay fast start, quick start, coding bonuses, and retail profits every single week. It's just 2 weeks in arrears. What that means is the first week of January, 2 weeks after that, we pay the first week's fast start, quick start, coding, and retail profits. And then 2 weeks after, the next week, and two. So what that essentially means is that in about 3 weeks you'll get your first check, and then you'll get weekly checks for those bonuses. And then, of course, all other bonuses, the main residual part of the compensation plan, pays monthly on the 15th of the following month. So your first residual check will pay out the 15th of February. And that is compensation. With that, let's turn the time over to Susie to kind of walk through some of these tools and see how we get started with them in our business. Susie?
Hi everybody. I'm so excited that this day has come. We've got a lot of great information and basics to share with you today that you can share with your teams so that you all can enjoy the new experience of getting into your Youngevity back office. Okay, let's go ahead and advance the screen. The very first thing that Britt kind of already touched on is your ability to log into your new back office. And one tool that we use is just going to the Youngevity.com website and just clicking on that Business Center login. Now, you can always log in the way that Britt talked to you about through your My90 for Life. This is the way that I happen to prefer to log in. In our back office system, when I click on individual distributors' back office, it takes me right to this screen. So I wouldn't say it's a preference, but it kind of is. So one thing that you'll do, just like Britt talked you through, you'll locate your Youngevity ID number or use your Heritage Makers ID number and password and log in. And then that will take you into this, your Business Center. Now, I just have a little screenshot here, and it looks kind of dark and black, and I know that it doesn't look a lot like what we're used to in our virtual office. And I had to remind someone today that Youngevity's demographics appeals to a lot of men, and so some of the frou-frou that you're used to is not completely apparent, but the site is very user-friendly and very easy to navigate around. So just know that a lot of men use the site, and the colors are chosen to appeal to kind of the masses. Okay, let's go forward to the next screen, Britt. Okay, so the first thing you want to do when you log in is to update your profile information. And I just used a generic Youngevity orphan account here, so it's going to list their information. So you're just going to want to make sure that the information here is correct, that the shipping address is correct, and that your email and those things are correct. And some of this will still show that you're part of an orphan tree as far as your sponsor and enroller for the time being, and those will be updated within the next couple of days. So make sure that you get that updated. Okay, let's go to the next screen. Okay, so I thought one of the most other important questions is how will I get paid? So there's several ways for you to find out this information. You will want to go to your Business Center again, and right across the top there is a toolbar, and I call it the Business Center toolbar. And you can pretty much navigate to anything that you're trying to find right from that toolbar. So you would click on Commissions, and then up pulls this screen that we're looking at on the left. And what I like about this screen is it lays out the pay periods. Like, you're not guessing at all as far as when you're going to get paid. It's got the dates and the months and you know, the weeks that you know that you calculated commissions or earned commissions. And then if you clicked on the statement, it would then pull up your commission statement of what you can expect to get paid. Now, you have two options of how you get paid in the Youngevity system. Everyone defaults to a check. So it's a live check, and that's one of the reasons why it's so important to update your profile information, because your mailing address is going to be in that area, and that's what they pull to when they mail you a live check. So, of course, that's the most important. You want to get your check in the mail. I know that they mail checks on that very first commission end date, and they get them out very quickly. When I was in Chula, I watched the process on a check day, and they are very efficient at getting these checks out. They don't mess around. They focus on it, and bam, those checks are distributed. The other system that they have is called ProPay. And to set up your ProPay account, you go to the same area, My Commissions, and then if you see on the left in that screenshot, it says Youngevity Prepaid MasterCard Sign Up. And then that takes you to a short demo of how ProPay works and what you can expect from using that program, and walks you through how to get it set up. Now, a couple of things I learned about ProPay, because I thought our distributors are going to want to know how this works, and they're not going to want to mess around. So they haven't had any problems with ProPay distribution. So commission date comes around, the payday comes around, the funds are distributed to ProPay, and they are put in the account that day. So they don't say it's by 9 o'clock or by 10 p.m. or it's sometime during that business day, the funds will be on your ProPay account. Now, one of the nice things about ProPay is it acts just like a debit card, so you can go pay for your gas or groceries or your bills, or you can use it for your, VO Plus or any of those expenses. You could probably put it on your club membership. So you can use it just like you would any other debit card. Within the ProPay system, you can also set up transfers to your other accounts. So, and you can set it up so it's automatic. So they pay out to the ProPay, and then on that same day, they transfer over to some of the other accounts that you already use in your life. So those are kind of the basics of how those two things work. If you don't set up ProPay, you automatically get a live check. Now, one other thing about the live checks is if you are a Canadian distributor, you can specify that you want your checks in Canadian funds or U.S. funds, and you can do it monthly. So depending on the exchange rate or any of those other factors, you can contact Youngevity, and they can put those settings on your account. I know that different color checks go for different color countries, so this is something that they're well versed in handling. So you do have the opportunity to have a preference there. I don't really know much more about that other than there is that option for you. So kind of some fun things. Okay, Britt, do we have any questions about how people get paid coming through at all?
got just a couple. Just wanted to. So there is no direct deposit with Youngevity. You get a physical check, or you can sign up for this ProPay account, and they'll send you a card, and then they put your check on that card, right?
That is correct. That's right.
They
do not have a direct deposit system.
Which, in some ways, that's nice to have. I've seen a lot of people use this as their business card, so all of their business transactions and their income come on one card. It kind of separates things out nicely that way.
It does, yeah, and it's widely used. They use both. There's a lot of people who still receive live checks, and then they have a lot of, they said it was kind of sixes. It was really a preference thing.
And is this ProPay card available for Canadians?
It is, yes, and you can specify Canadian funds or U.S. funds. So it's got a lot of, you can really choose your options there.
And is there any fees or costs for the card?
There is not. I do believe that there are fees involved when you set it up to transfer to like your own personal bank account. So I don't know what the fees are. I know in the little, you can click on demo ProPay on this page, and it gives you a little bit more specifics. So a lot of people just use it like their debit card. You can see on your commission summary or statement how much it's going to be, so you know how much you can spend. So you can treat it just like you would a bank account. You get your own little website for it. So it's quite a popular thing. And actually, Heritage Makers was going to go to this over time. Just a little tidbit of information, so it's quite a fun program.
Okay, so it sounds like the best thing to do is to go here, and then if you've got questions, go read about the
demo really explains it.
Read through the information. You click on sign up here, it'll probably have the details about the card and how it all works. So
yeah, and usually with most ProPay or debit systems, you're looking at a couple of weeks for the sign up process and the card to get mailed to you. So it's probably something that if you're interested in this, you should probably not wait and get on it. So.
Yeah, and if you don't sign up, you're going to just get a physical check.
You will.
And that's the reason to check your account to make sure we've got the right address in there, because that's where the check will be sent,
or if you've
to that billing address.
You just want to make sure that information is completely accurate. Yep.
Okay.
Let's move on. Okay, so one of the other big questions that has come in is, how do I sign someone up? How do I enroll them? So first we're going to cover the new customer, because we're always trying to, figure out how to sign up new customers, and then we'll move on to distributors. So in your back office, on that business toolbar, you'll click on the word customer, and this is the screen that drops down. And then you'll click on add new customer. And so in this area is where you can add them to your genealogy. This isn't technically where you would process their $10 preferred customer sign up. This is just where you would add someone that you want in your genealogy or downline. So if you have someone who wants to do $10 sign up, there's a different way to do that you can process that for them. This is just if you meet someone, or they're a lead, or they're a neighbor, or just a business associate. This is where you would add them in just your customer base. Okay, let's move forward, Britt. Okay, and then to enroll a new distributor, this is where you would want to go. Back into your business center on that toolbar, there's a phrase that says enroll new associate. So you click on that tab, it takes you to a next screen where you select a country. And I was going to try and collect the countries that you could enroll people in, but it got too long and I couldn't grab it. So I just selected U.S., but there's quite a few countries that you can now enroll people in that you could not before. So that's pretty exciting. So you'll just want to click on that, even just to view it as you're playing around in your back office, to see all the countries that you can have customers in and distributors. Okay, let's move forward. So once you have collected the country or selected the country, it comes to a big long form. Now, this is also the form that you would use to enroll a new customer if they were going to be that $10 preferred customer. This is actually where you would sign them up. And same form for distributor or customer, and in the next field, after you fill all this out, you are able to select what they are going to be for you, either a distributor or a customer. And there's just a little selection circle, and you just click on that and select what it is that they're going to do. So you need to fill all of this information out. It does ask for their social security number, which you can see right there. And one thing that is really important to remember, that is a rule at Youngevity that we have begun to incorporate at Heritage Makers, is for protection of identity, that you no longer call in with their social security number and sign them up over the phone. It's just, and the information came straight down from Bill Andreoli. He doesn't mess around with this. It's a pretty tight restriction. You can three-way in and have that customer who owns the Social Security on the line with you to give the authorization, but it's a pretty serious thing. So you'll just want to keep that in mind. Now, if you fill out the form and submit it for them, you know, it has security elements built into the enrollment form so that you're not, you're protecting their identity through this enrollment sign up. It automatically encrypts pieces and things like that, so you're not violating anyone's security of any kind. So once you've filled out this form in its entirety and then selected whether they're going to be a distributor for $10 or preferred customer for $10, then you continue on through the phases of this sign up. Go ahead and advance the screen, Britt. Okay, so once you have completed enrolling both customer or distributor, then you're ready to place an order for them. So one of the things that you can do for yourself in your business center is there's a little icon right underneath the business toolbar that just looks like this, so you can see it on your screen. It says new order. Now when you click on this icon, these are orders for you personally. So as we all have PQV requirements, this is where you would place those orders. So if you needed to meet a PQV, you would just place an order for yourself, and this is where you do it. And if you needed to place an order for a customer, they keep everything really tight that I've noticed. You go back into the customer tab, and you can search for the customer if you need to. You can see you can do a quick search, or it pulls up the entire genealogy of your customer list. And as you can see right there in the customer listing is a little tab that says new order. And all you have to simply do is click on that, and then it pulls up. I can't remember if I put it on the next screen, Britt. Does the next screen have, no, go back. What happens when you click on new order is it pulls up a huge list. And one thing that's really cool on the list is pictures. So like you click on the mineral makeup and it gives you like a shot of, you know, a foundation, or if you click on a Healthy Body Start Pack, it like shows the picture and like lists the items so that you can see exactly what it is that you're ordering for your customers. So if they, for instance, want the liquid, you know, Healthy Body Start Pack versus the powder, you can find that for them. Now there's lots and lots of items to choose from. So if you don't want to scroll through all those lists, they do have a little section that's called Quick Add, and you just go to your price list catalog and you can just quickly put in the item SKUs. So if they're a repeat customer, you know exactly what they want because they've told you, you can simply do an order that way too. So just depending on, you know, that customer's needs, it can be quick and you can be exact as far as what it is that you're selling to them or ordering for them. So it's pretty fun, some neat features there. Okay, let's move on. Oh, any questions about orders? Sorry, I'm trying to, do we have any coming in, Brett?
Hey, Susie, there was a couple of questions about the payment with the ProPay and such.
Sure.
So there's no direct pay. Is direct pay gone?
That's correct. There is no direct deposit. They don't have a direct deposit, and it's mostly because of all of the vast countries that they pay distributors to. So they've just kept it as live check or this ProPay system that is international, can be used internationally.
Okay,
There's
so
also
then
a question about your December check. Your December check that pays out January 10th will be direct deposited. It's calculated through the Heritage Makers Comp Plan and pays out the Heritage Makers Comp Plan way. So you'll still get that direct deposit, but for new things you earn in January, that will be via Youngevity's plan.
Yes, that's right. So, for instance, you've got your clubs that are going to renew here on the 5th. That volume will move over, and it will hit at a certain pay period or that weekly period, and you'll see, a paycheck on that in 2 weeks following, I believe. So, with the 2 weeks arrearages, it'll take us a little bit of time to adapt to how we get paid there. So.
All right, perfect. And just a heads up for everyone that's on the call, there's lots and lots of individual and unique questions that have come in. It's been fun to see. You guys have been poking around the site already. We won't be able to address them all on the call. We're going to hit the basics here, and then we'll do some follow-up calls, and you'll get information as you go. So go ahead, Susie, and we'll keep going.
Okay. I'm trying to cover as much as the very basics as possible with these details, just because once you cover the basics, then you can go a little bit further and deeper into the different little sections. Okay, so how do I sign up for an auto ship? So in Heritage Makers on your website, people can come and go and change their auto ship and cancel their auto ship. And some of those features are over in the Youngevity side as well. So with this auto ship sign up, you would click on the auto ship link that's on your business toolbar, and up pops a menu, which you can see just on the left lower piece. This menu pops up with all of the different items that you can put into your AutoShip profile. So there's hundreds and hundreds to choose from. So you scroll through this list and select the items that you want in your AutoShip profile. And if you notice, it says add new profile. So it's not sectioned out. You can have 10 different items from 10 different lines in your profile. It's pretty cool that way. So this is where you would do that. So if you wanted, for say, a box of Pollen Burst and a mineral makeup mascara, and then you wanted some essential oils, and then maybe you wanted some fertilizer, you could add them all to your profile, and it would bill on that same day, and then you would be done with your auto ship that month. You can have more than one auto ship profile if you want to. It's totally up to you and your needs and the things that you're purchasing. But this is how you go about setting it up. So first it comes up with the menu, and then once you've selected your items, it sends you to another screen that does have terms and agreements on how the auto ship function happens. So it tells you kind of like the cancellation policy, when it renews, and things like that. And then it has you pick a date of when you want it to go through, and they run auto ships from the 1st to the 28th. They actually do have a blackout dates or blackout calendar. If you put in a date here and it's a full day, it will prompt you to select a different day because that day is full. Now, one other interesting thing about that is as people cancel or change their date, the system knows to okay, we're under our max, so we can lift that day back up. So this changes frequently. So if you have a concern about that, you can always, call into CS and check on the auto ship date if you have a very specific date to when you want it withdrawn. So then you put in your credit card information, and then you proceed to finish that auto ship order. Now, you can see that on this next shipment date, I pulled this from today. And so any auto ships that you set up today will pull out in February. So you have to tell it if you want it to pull out in January. It doesn't automatically give you the next day. It doesn't treat it like an order. It actually just sets it at the renewing date a month later. So you'll just want to be aware of that. If you need the volume in January, you want to change that to January. So just something to be aware of. Now, as far as your auto ship for Youngevity product that is in the Heritage Makers site, you can, at the option of if you want to or not, it's not totally required, but for simplistic reasons of the volume would be at Youngevity, the items are at Youngevity, there's not a delay in processing the orders that we sometimes get through Heritage Makers, you can change your auto ship that you've got currently in Heritage Maker system over to the Youngevity system. Now, the only problem that we have right now is that your credit card is completely encrypted. And so we can't take it out of our system and put it into their system. It's a protection to your identity and your credit cards. So you can call us and give us your full credit card information. I think I've got this on the next screen actually, Britt. I talk away. No, maybe not. Okay. But to change your Autoship, if you want to have your Autoship moved over into the Youngevity Autoship program, just give us a call here in CS. We'll get your information or that of your customers, and we'll move it over there for you, and then set it up, with you on the phone so that you agree to the date and all of that stuff. As far as their Autoship cancellations, if you have a customer that wants to cancel their Autoship, they actually have a form that needs to be faxed in or scanned in via email for the cancellation. You would find that in your information center, and then it's under downloads, I believe, to find that form. So you can't actually go online and cancel your Autoship like you could at Heritage Makers. It actually needs to be in writing. They treat it more like a contract, kind of like a gym membership, where they want to have that hard cancellation. So you'll just want to find that material and have it, the PDF prepared so that you can email that to customers if they have that request. So there's not a lot of leeway on canceling it over the phone, so you'll just want to be prepared that way. Anyway, okay, any questions about Autoships that have come through?
A couple questions I had was, does my Gold Club, Heritage Maker Gold Club, count as an active Autoship? And the answer is yes.
Yes.
So that does count. And we're also having questions about it's not allowing you to set up an Autoship in January because you're actually a new person to the system. And
yes.
So it's counting that as your first month, and that's not an Autoship. It's like you're placing the order, and then it'll convert it to an Autoship.
Yes, but us in CS, we can set it up for January, to bill in January. So all they need to do is call in. So that's one of the reasons why you'll want to call that into us. Otherwise, your volume won't renew until February on that site. So just something to be aware of. Anything else, Patty?
Lots. Go ahead.
Okay. we knew there would be lots of questions, but
yes.
From everything that we have seen, it's very straightforward and it's not hard to find this information. I haven't had a lot of time to spend in their system, but so far I've been able to find things very easily, and that it does my heart good. So that means we can help you better.
Quick question, just a
sure.
quick, this came in, the last 4 came in about canceling Autoships. Can Heritage Makers still cancel their Autoships on our site? And absolutely, that feature is still there.
Yes.
So your clients that are on our system.
Yeah, one thing that you may not know about the Heritage Makers cancellation is it does collect information that is digitized, so we can kind of have that for our records. So I think with Youngevity, they haven't put something in place that digitizes that activity. And so, yes, on Heritage Maker's side, absolutely. We want to keep that as easy and streamlined as possible, as well as the sign-up. So, and of course, always call us if you have any issues, around that. Okay. All right, so how do I find my volume reports? There's a lot of really cool, fun things about volume in this system. I have to get a grip on myself because I have so much to tell you here. Okay, so one thing that you will want to be aware of is that Youngevity runs a bonus record every single night. So it's easy to see what you qualify for based on these genealogy and volume reports. So they take a lot of the guesswork out of it, and that is kind of fun. It's really fun to see, and really so much easier for me to tell you, yes, you're short here, you qualify here. Those are some really fun answers to give because I know we get those questions. But anyway, let's just start with a few of the basics. And I just grabbed this from a generic account. And so you're not going to be able to see the volume in your back office until we move it over in the first 24-hour transit of the data. And so I found this report under genealogy and then volume totals. And this is what comes up. One other thing I thought was super fun or super cool is that they show you year after year after year your volume. And so you can go in and pull your volume reports, how did I do from 2014 back to 2013, and you can see it year over year right on your screen. So that's kind of cool. That's something that we weren't able to do in our back office system. So that will be kind of a new addition that I think you guys will enjoy. Over on this left-hand side, you'll see these different tabs in blue, and these tabs will give you individual reports. And so you'll find a lot of valuable information there that you will want to just get accustomed to how those reports look and how they read, and just really investigate that genealogy. And over in the commissions tab, I don't have a screenshot for this, but there's also some bonus information or reports in that section as well that you can find out about your team. So there's two places that offer some good information for you to use as reference as you are watching your growth and seeing your numbers each month. Any questions about this, Patty?
Just one note about going back and looking at your volume. When we transferred the distributors over, that their history did not come with them. They'll see that in their Heritage Maker site. Britt will go over that a little bit more, but that's a question that keeps coming up. My clients don't have any volume. I don't have any volume.
Yeah.
From that. So.
Yeah, they won't just yet, and most of that will happen on that very first club run, because that's the real, there's not a tremendous amount of points purchases and things like that. If you've got people who've bought Youngevity product in our system and paid wholesale, you'll see them starting to be generated over underneath your genealogy. But I believe as soon as that first club run hits, you'll see a lot of customers show up over there with volume in your Youngevity back office. So
just be aware that club run this month is on a weekend, and so it will take 24 business hours before that shows up. But you're right, we haven't actually put any volume from the Heritage Maker system in Youngevity yet. Part of the reason for that is we've been having to enter orders for last month, and we can't start importing the new orders over until last month is fully closed out. So we're doing that today essentially, and then early next week you'll start to see the fifth run and any other volume will start coming into your account.
Great. One thing that we did start doing as soon as our distributors were over in the Youngevity system, which was last week, is the Youngevity orders that were generated and pulled from Heritage Maker's system. We actually started to place those orders in your individual accounts instead of in the orphan account that we have been up to this point. And one of the reasons why I wanted to do that is because as soon as your order is shipped at Youngevity, you get an automatic email that it's shipped and a tracking number. And so I thought that as soon as we could get that information to you, that was very useful information for you to have. You can also track your customers' orders under customers, or under my orders. The last tab that drops down says my customers' orders, and that has some valuable information in it as well. So as soon as we knew that we could do that, we started to do that. So if you've gotten email notifications and you're like, what is this? That's what it is. So some fun stuff. The other thing, too, is anytime that an item goes into back order, your individual email will receive an email saying, hey, we just want to let you know that your item is back ordered. So there's a lot of communications from the Youngevity warehouse that keep you informed on the status of different things in your order. So you'll find that there's lots of useful tools with this system. So kind of fun stuff. Okay, I think that was my last slide. But we have lots of information if anybody needs any additional help in trying to find out how to do this or how to do that. There is not a corporately produced how to use this system video out there. So I specifically asked the Youngevity CS team, how do they do that if somebody calls in, much like our distributors will call in and ask, how do I find this or how do I do this? And they handle it exactly like we do. They try to guide you through and show you where to go and how to find information. And one thing that they said is tell Heritage Makers distributors that they're welcome to call both of us. If it's a Youngevity question, they can easily help them. If it's a Heritage Makers question, they will send you back over to Heritage Makers because they're not quite ready to to take Heritage Makers questions yet, but we have been participating in the Youngevity queue. And so our agents are just as versed in the Youngevity information as if you were calling, you know, the same queue. So you're welcome to call either of us for information, and we're just happy and thrilled that this day has come and that we can help you. So fun times. Phase 2 is going to be awesome.
All right. Thank you so much, Susie. Hey, I did notice one more slide. I don't remember if you'd already talked through this or not. I went ahead and advanced on the screen. Did we already pretty much go through that?
We did. This is just what we need if they want to move their Autoship out of the Heritage Makers system into the YGY system, and these are just the bits of information that we need to make that move for them. So
okay, fantastic.
Okay, great.
Good. Thank you so much. As you can see, I mean, everyone on the call, we've been typing answers as fast as we can. You have been able to ask questions much faster than those of us here can type the answers to it. We'll be working on getting those answers. Please don't hesitate to contact your upline, contact customer service if you need to. You know, we've got Youngevity and Heritage Makers customer service who are available to answer those calls. And this is going to be a learning process, I think, all the way around. One of the best things you can do is just go start exploring. That's one of the best ways to learn. You won't break the system. Just go explore and see what's there. A couple answers to different questions that came up, and then we'll finish up with some announcements from Patty. Let's see here. I failed to mention this. We had to do a mass import of all the consultant accounts and active customer accounts, and we did that about mid-December, and that's what all these accounts were set up from. And then we really needed to wait until the end of the month, until the month finished, and we ended the month fully. All the orders were entered in before we could grab any new accounts, new consultant accounts, or new customer accounts that were created between that time and create Youngevity accounts for them. So if you're in there and you're seeing that there are some people who are new in your business who don't have Youngevity accounts, they will be updated probably by Monday is my guess. We'll try and get it today, but I'm not sure if the developer's there who will run that script. But by the end of the day, Monday, we'll shoot to have those all updated for you. If you find someone doesn't have an ID, a Youngevity account who's signed up much before last month, then what you need to do is just type that in a question and answer or an email to support, and they'll look it up, type in their ID and who they are, and they'll look up and find out what that ID is and why it wouldn't be showing up for you. Okay, let's see what else here. People are asking, can I still use my club points, my publishing points for Youngevity product? The answer is yes. You still do it the same way you did it last year. So that can be done on your Heritage Makers account through your virtual office, entering in the corresponding SKU with a P on the end. So there is no way to use your points on the Youngevity account, on your Youngevity account. That interface is not created. So if you want to use your publishing points for Youngevity products, you just enter it in through your virtual office, or for your customers through your virtual office like we did last year. Did we have a question on that?
Oh, I was just going to comment and say, and once we tally and calculate those orders, we'll be placing them on the individual Youngevity accounts as well. So just
exactly, that's fantastic. That was the next question that came up, is where will I see my orders? The orders that are placed in Heritage Makers, publishing orders or point orders in Heritage Makers, you'll see after 24 business hours an order put on your Youngevity account, and that order will have kind of a generic SKU. It'll say Heritage Makers points or Heritage Makers product. It won't say what product it was. It'll just say product, and it'll put volume on your account. So if you want to look up the specifics of that order, you want to go back to your studio account or your virtual office to see what that order was. If you place an order for Youngevity product in Heritage Makers, that will show up in your Youngevity account as an actual product order that you can see. It just won't charge you again as it sets that up. It'll just place it there. So that's kind of how that works. Okay, let's see if there's anything else here.
But there's a question of when will their ranks be established? So right now it's not showing their current rank.
Oh, great question. We need to run the Heritage Makers. We're running the December commissions and bonuses for heritage makers, and once we've done that out, we'll figure out what that rank is, and really at the end of, and we'll update that for coding purposes, and then that should start showing up for you. Another question came in, and I just want to make sure this is clear. If my clubs are on my Heritage Makers account, I'm on a $100 club, will that show up on my Youngevity account? Yes, it will. That volume will come over. If you have $200 Autoship on Youngevity and a $100 club on your Heritage Makers account, that club will come over and you'll show 300 points of volume as that transfers over each day. Let's see what else here. Last of all, I had someone type in here and said, wow, there's so much information here. I'm feeling kind of like I'm drowning. Can you just give me a must-do list of, make sure you do these 3 steps to kind of get going? And so let's do that really quickly. Must-do list. One step I'd say is go log in. Log into your Youngevity site with your username, HM, and your HMID number. Log in, and then go check your account settings. Make sure that we have the right address for you, the right phone number for you. We just pulled that in from your Heritage Makers account, but it's always good to go and just verify that it's the correct one, that nothing's changed. That would be important because your check's going to go there. Number 2 is go look at ProPay and see if you want to sign up for that card, because your check will either come on that card or you'll need to wait for it in the mail. Next, I would start looking next week at your genealogy, at your volumes and your totals, and start getting an idea of how those work. And you can talk to your upline. You can look online for tutorials that'll show you kind of how it is to look at your business that way and figure out what your rank's going to be and what you need to do in your business. Beyond those 3 things, you really don't have to do anything. If you want to place an order on Youngevity, you can. If you want to go research, if you want to go find information, you can do all of that. But there's not a strong need for you to do something in your Youngevity account other than verify your information to make sure it's correct so that you'll get paid. And with that, I think that's it. Let's move to the last portion of this call. A couple of quick announcements from Patty about starting 2014 off right. Patty?
All right. Thank you, Britt and Susie. That was a lot of information. I know everybody's kind of, drowning in that. So great advice, and just take it easy, go out and play with it. But let's talk about starting 2014 off right. I hope you were on the Youngevity New Year's Eve call. There was a lot of information there, and what that tells you, you may not be, maybe you're just focusing on heritage makers, you may not understand what all of that is. What it tells you is that at corporate, we've got a lot of things ahead of us, a very fast-moving, growing company to be a part of. So that's exciting. Make sure that you check some of those out. Go ahead and advance the slide, Britt. There we go. All right. We have a new promotion to help you in January to get your business, a couple of them, but let's go over this one. This is the funnest one, I think. If you've been looking at the Youngevity compensation plan and, working out how's that going to work, you'll notice that at junior IMD, they need to be on $50 PQV, right? And our club member, our bronze club member, does not accomplish that. It keeps them just at that 30, just under that mark. So what we're doing is to help our Heritage Makers consultants to fill in some of those holes and build the team and introduce Youngevity to your clients. We're going to run a promotion through January, and this is an opportunity for you. Go to your clients. We have an e-card already in the virtual office. I'm told that it's up already, but it gives you an opportunity to invite them to go from bronze to silver or from silver to gold. So for example, if I had a bronze client, I would go to them and say, do you know that for only $20 a month, you can get an additional 30 points every single month. And after 3 months of being on that, Heritage Makers is going to give you 50 points free. So when they stay on that club membership for 50 months, for 3 months, we'll give them an extra 50 points. Now, this is not a required. Most of you will remember that we used to require them, lock them in to keeping it. We are not locking them in at all. They have to do that voluntarily. So if they stay on in January, they upgrade in January, and then they stay on in February, and it renews that way in March, and they can't downgrade it or can't cancel it, then we'll give them 50 free extra publishing points. Now, when they go from silver to gold, they'll get the same opportunity, 50 free extra publishing points. Plus, we're going to give them 2 50% off coupons. So an extra perk there. Now, even more, if you have somebody who is on bronze and they want to go all the way to gold, we'll give them both. So at the end of the 3 months, they'll have 100 points and they'll have the 2 coupons plus the extra points that they received with their upgrade. Now, of course, you know that they can use those points from the Heritage Maker system to purchase Youngevity. But there's one extra thing that we would want to do. As you're out talking to them, you want to invite them to join you in the business. Whether in the business or to sign up and have their own back office so that they can set up their Youngevity Autoship and they can look at those products and see, oh, you have makeup. So it gives you an opportunity to introduce your clients, your Heritage Makers clients, to Youngevity. Oh, you now carry makeup. Oh, you have essential oils. Oh, you have health and wellness, and those types of things. So there's an additional offer, which is the $10 sign up just for the month of January. When they sign up, if they're a current club member, so that's criteria 1, they need to currently be on club. They sign up for the $10 offer, and we'll give them 15 points. So it's pretty much like absolutely getting it free because they get it reimbursed in points. Now remember, to do that sign up, they must call in to customer service to do that. And then we'll sign them up for them so that they don't have to pay the $10 fee, and we'll transfer them over. You can absolutely get on with your client and do it with them and just do a 3-way call so that they can have that information. Now, this does not apply to new signups. Now, think of it this way. This is an offer that's just for Heritage Makers during transition month. It's not offered to the entire Youngevity company, so we can't offer it to new signups. If this is a promotion, you're still going to work that business as you're out talking about your business and you're meeting new people. It's only $10 to sign up as a distributor, or better yet, sign up as a CEO. That promotion goes through the 15th, so don't forget about that and just focus on this. But for an existing client who's on club, they have the opportunity to get some extra publishing points and sign up with a Youngevity back office system so they can start checking out all of the different products. So this flyer is in your back office, in your virtual office now. The e-card is in there as well, so you can start sending that out. One thing I want to coach you about, this is really a relationship type of a thing. It's not something that you can just take this, stick it in an email, and say, I hope that they're all going to sign up, they're all going to get it. This is something you really need to talk to them about. So as you send that e-card, you'll be able to see who's clicked on it, who's opened it, and contact those people and explain the program to them. Invite them to change. Tell them what they can do with their points. Don't expect great results by just sending this out and hoping everybody all of a sudden calls you and wants to make that change. This is a great opportunity for you to get in touch with your clients, talk about starting their yearbook, talk about Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, all of those holidays that are coming up, and the new products that you have to offer that affects the different parts of their life. So make sure that you go to your membership activity report and you do a filter on your club members and you find out who's at what level, and then start making those customer service building type calls. So we're pretty excited about this. But this isn't it. We have one more offer for the next week through next Monday. So through the end of the day on Monday, we are going to allow you to do any of your signups, your $10 signups, absolutely free. Now, they won't get the 15 publishing points, but you can sign up your clients for free. We're waiving that $10 bonus. So that promotion runs from today and through next Monday, which is all through next week, and then through the 13th, end of day, business day on the 13th. This does have to be done through the Heritage Maker customer service so that we can waive that fee for you. Anyway, just a little extra perk because we really want you to transition your business and feel like, hey, this is a brand new day. We can touch all of our clients, and we can invite them to be part of the Heritage Maker company and offer them other products as well. So exciting news on that one. Britt, you want to go to the next slide? Yep. Questions?
Can I just clarify? We've had a bunch of questions on it. I just wanted to kind of summarize because there's enough questions. I just want to make sure everyone's got it right. So this offer is for current club members who were club members last month, and they're on bronze or they're on silver and they upgrade their account, they stay on for 3 months and they get the benefits here. Patty, what happens if they don't upgrade yet and their club runs on the 5th, but they upgrade after that? If they're on for the next 3 months, will they get it?
Oh, good question. Yes, they need to just be on for the 3 months.
Just three. So if they've already gone through on the 5th, you can still work with them, and if they go the next 3 months, we'll honor that for them as well. Is this available for consultants as well as customers who are on club, the upgrade?
Ooh, that's a good question. This is intended, but yes, we can do that as well.
Okay, it's for consultants and customers. And then the $10 bonus offer here, they can sign up for $10. They get all the benefits, but what they essentially get is we're going to give them 15 publishing points, which recoups their cost right there of the $10. But for the next week, starting I guess today through all next week until the next Monday, they can call Heritage Makers and they can sign up over the phone or upgrade their account to a consultant account over the phone, and we'll waive that $10 fee. Is that right?
That is correct. And also keep in mind that if they're already a Gold Club member and a client and they want to sign up, they can get that fee waived over the next week, and then they can they can't upgrade. So that's they can.
And I have people asking, what kind of an account will they get when they sign up? Is it just a full normal Heritage Makers account?
They get the Youngevity account, so they'll get a Youngevity back office. They will not get a Heritage Maker back office. They get a Youngevity back office, so they'll be able to get in there and to place their Autoship orders, all the things that Susie went through, just as if you were signing up another consultant. But they will not get a Heritage Maker back office. If they would like to build a Heritage Makers and get that Heritage Makers back office, it does cost the $10 to sign up that way, and then they'll have access to the party plan and being able to use the systems that are in there. The reason for that is our system charges more than the $10 to set up a consultant account in our account. So until we've transitioned over, we wanted to be able to offer this earlier to you, but we had that obstacle. So now with Youngevity, you'll be able to have that Youngevity account, and they'll be able to sign up for a Heritage Maker account, but just not have that back office. So. And yes, that goes to the end of the day on the 13th. I see that one is still coming through. Any other questions that you saw there, Britt?
No, I think that's it. They're asking where the flyer is. The Youngevity, the e-card's up. The flyer, I've having some people saying they're not seeing it. As soon as the call's done, we'll make sure it's there in your library. So just give us 10 minutes after the call, and we'll make sure it's there if it's not now.
Okay, one last question before you transition. Just leave it there. One last question is I don't know what the difference between a free account and the $10. It's absolutely the same. They have the $10 sign up is a distributor account. So as Susie mentioned, in order to transition a client, a club member client, over to a distributor account, you need to have them call in or you call in with them, because now they need to give their Social Security number and they'll agree to terms and agreement. We're offering that free for the next 6 days, 8 days, however many days, 8 days that we have that goes through the 13th. So that is a free program right now that you can take advantage of. But they are signing up as a distributor with Youngevity and getting that Youngevity back office. So hopefully that answered that. Okay, January. We usually run a big January promotion to help us get out and to work our Heritage Makers business. What's exciting about this merger is that this is Youngevity's high time, and so this is their peak season. So we don't slow down, and that's exactly what I've heard from many of our distributors. However, we wanted to do something fun, and I know that many of you have been used to getting the triple rewards on your host program already, and then we took that away. We're going to do that one more month. So for January, you have the opportunity to go all of your past hostess, your current clients, and encourage them to book a workshop with you in January, and for each club that comes through, we will count that as the triple the value on that club member. So this is the absolute last month that they can do that, to have that triple reward for their party sales. And so great opportunity, again, just to reach out and talk to those people, encourage them to get free points to upgrade their club membership, to encourage others to join you in club, and then ultimately join you in the business. So that also will be in your virtual office by the end of the call if it's not already up. All right, our last one that we have is just wanted to let you know about the next event. Many of you signed up as purchasing the CEO kit. That is a leadership track. It's basically saying, I want to be in business. You are the CEO of your own business. And with CEO and Youngevity, we hold 4 events a year at least. Sometimes there's more, and 2 of those are one is held in conjunction with convention, which will be in April. Hopefully each of you have gone in, and I know that there's been some talk about getting your group signed up for that. January is the best month to do that. I'll hit that in just a minute. But the next CEO school is in Las Vegas, well, Henderson, which is right outside of Las Vegas. It's at Green Valley Ranch. It is going to be a great event. It's a two full days, so we're doing Friday as a product day. Each hour will have a different product that we're talking about, and Heritage Makers will be one of those products, but then several other products that will be announced there or trained on there. And that's just a great opportunity, especially for us, to go learn about the different Youngevity product lines that they have. Then Friday night is a business opportunity. If you have people in Las Vegas that you know, get them to the opportunity so that they can hear it from the professionals, those that are your senior vice chairman who have been working this business for so long. And it's a great way to, help them to understand what Youngevity is, how does Heritage Makers play into that, and then to invite them into the business. If you don't have anyone in Las Vegas, you should still plan on attending that, because what it does is it trains you to be able to do that same presentation when you go home. So great opportunity there. Saturday is a full day of business training. We're going to tell you've heard our President Bill Andreoli talk about the 5 lanes of success. We're going to train on how to do that, how to stay in the lane. What does that mean? So here are the 5 different lanes. What does that mean, and how does that build your business? So great opportunity. It's only $25. CEO School, the last one that we held was $15. We've added on $10, but you get $75 in product samples so that you're learning about those products and you get some to take home. So well worth the cost of that 2-day training there. Great resort. The hotel is giving us a discounted rate of $125. That just went live today. We're going to put the link up, the registration link to the hotel. Just a hint, since we're on this call at the right time, there are limited rooms there at that rate, so be sure to get registered. I know our Diamond executive, who's now a senior vice chairman, marketing director, it has set a goal to have over about 200 people there, and wants to, just get everybody together and do it Heritage Maker style, get in and share rooms and just have a great time. So lots of opportunity. I would encourage everybody to get there to, 1, learn about the other products, but also how can you integrate the 2 of these together. And so that will be a great opportunity. Those are live. You can enroll through your Youngevity back office at CEOLAS-2014, and that will get you registered. We don't have a slide here for the convention, but let me go ahead and tell you about that. That is also in the Youngevity Resource Center. You can go there and click on that. I've had a lot of questions and spent some time with a couple leaders talking about what is that going to look like for Heritage Makers. And since this is a transition call, this is the best place to do that. You will still feel that what I can't remember what we called it as we were talking, but where you have the same shirts, that team unity, where you'll have that niche together. It will be interesting because you're all part of the same team under the same downline, but you're still in your teams. So it'll be fun to see a little bit of diversity there as you are part of Wendy McGee's team, or Sharon Murdoch's team, or Amy Austin's team, or Virginia, all those different teams that will be out there, how you could continue to carry on that tradition. Will Heritage Makers be present there? Yes. All of the training, so they do a little bit different. They have their breakouts first, where we've kind of mixed our general session and our breakouts. They have their first days full of breakouts. That's where you get the niche training on about Heritage Makers or about mineral makeup, or even there's still business training there, how to do sponsoring or overcoming objections, how to book parties. Those kinds of things will still happen in the breakout session. And then general sessions are generally geared towards overall business training and recognition, and that's exactly what's going to happen there. If you were on the call after the New Year's Eve call, you heard the presentation there. He will actually be one of our keynote speakers there, and great training just about goal setting and building your business. And then we are working on having a Heritage Maker session where we can announce new artwork, and we can new products, if we have the new products, any changes in our studio, and any updates that we have for Heritage Makers. So watch for information about that. Get registered. Be there as your teams together. And let's have a great showing for Heritage Makers at that event. That's in Anaheim, which was actually one of Heritage Makers' best and funnest conventions. We had it at the same hotel, and all went to Disneyland after. We should all get together and do that again. It was a great time. We will be offering the I've had a lot of questions about discounted Disney tickets. They only allow us to put that up about 3 months before the event, so that will be coming up shortly. So make sure you get registered so that you are linked into that Reg Online system and get that information as it gets updated. Britt, are there any other comments on here before we close this out?
Well, just the comment I have. I've seen a bunch of people say, wow, it's like the spigot has opened. There's so much information. There's so much, to know or to figure out, and you're exactly right. There's a lot. We've just expanded your entire business by who knows how much. It depends on how much you use the information and the tools that you've been given. But just remember, one step at a time. This will all, within the next couple of months, you'll know everything you need to know as you work your business. It'll come to you. You'll find it out. You've got customer service both on Youngevity and Heritage Makers there to help you out. You have a fantastic upline. The information will come as you have questions. Just ask them, and we'll get through this full transition together and see some exciting things and some exciting recognition at convention. So thank you all for being on the call and the time that you've taken to listen through. We'll be posting it as soon as it compiles here for those who haven't been able to make it.
All right. Thank you, everyone.